3, 2, 1.
Welcome into the open. We get technical. You should have investments in long-term growth. Welcome back to the circus. This is Get Technical. I'm Neil Hamilton. With me, as always, is producer AB. That stands for Aaron Bree, not Bry. Get it right. Come correct. All right. You're dealing with a guy that has a Panasonic Pro B. Panasonic Pro, is that the brand? I don't know. I got an electric toothbrush yesterday. All right. So just come correct. All right. You're dealing with an adult. We're doing the streams differently today. So at the end of each show, you'll be forwarded to the next one. So I hope that you guys stick with us. Not too much confusion. You bottled the opening. It's playing twice. Power Hour would never be so amateur. Tiny Pie. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Power Hour with Hot Socks. Luke Jacoby. Come on. All right, yeah, smash that like, guys. Appreciate it. Let's do a little market overview, guys. Real talk. Coming from someone that spells talk like T-A-W-K, Tiny Pie, I don't think so. All right, so let's take a real quick look at SPY. The S&P 500 is 9:23 in the AM Detroit time. And what I'm looking for at SPY here is a return to the mean. That's all there is to it. We got gap. We got a little bit of a weakness, a weak candle yesterday. So we're doing what stocks do. Ziggy, zaggy, return to the mean. All right. So I would expect a little bit of selling action, a little bit of consolidation for a lot of stocks that are really closely mirroring SPY. But we are in a strong upward trend, my friends. It's just overextended. That's how stock market works. And nothing moves up in a straight line unless it's Tesla last summer. All right, QQQ. Let's move our so one thing of note here, actually, let me remove the Bollinger Band, just to point out, this is our all-time high from where we are in the pre. Now we've got about $8.09 to get there. All right, so remember how bad it felt, that punch in the gut when tech started selling off. Well, the old adage remains: buy the dip. But it's good to know when it's starting to reverse, right? Kurt says X seems to have already pivoted and is climbing again. For the uninitiated, X is United States Steel Corp, our steel stock that we've been watching. So we'll take a look at that. What I would imagine is that we're going to get a little sell-off here as well, because when we look at our Bollinger Band, we see that we're a little bit overextended. Good sign, though. 20-day moving average here, this red line, nice curl upward, nice strong indication of a return to an upward trend, and we are within striking distance of all-time high on QQQ. That is something to feel good about. Call your parents. Today's a good day to call your parents. Just tell them you love them. All right, so let's jump in. Let's do a quick steel check. Fully torqued. Yeah, the 20-day is fully torqued. Let me just, I'm going to delete all of my drawings on steel. Yeah, we are up in the pre. Don't jinx it. We were just like teasing breaking support here on X. And remember, guys, this is a big old rounded bottom that we want to resolve here. So don't jinx it, guys. And I, as I have said previously, look at this stage that we're in right now. Impulse corrective phase. I'm not entering. You can be conservative and enter on a session close above about 2730, or you can look at this whole thing. Let me delete this stuff really quick. More like a sort of flagging pattern. and look for a break above the sloping line of resistance. So you're looking for something like this. Upward, close above this line. As a breakout point and a reemergence of our impulse move up. Yeah, rounding bottoms are the best. Seriously, the best. And this is that rounding bottom to illustrate for everyone. We're trading just about at the previous high. So no surprise here that this is a consolidation point. To further illustrate that, let's get out the old Fibonacci retracement tool from the previous high beginning of our downward trend to the low. You don't actually have to draw it like that. Let's draw a line over here. And we can see that consolidation was kind of predictable if you use that Fibonacci line. So you can probably look for another impulse upon breakout from the sloping line of resistance and then target about $30.48 for another period of consolidation. And look, this is when we hit previous resistance. Crazy. All right, so I want to look at a couple high-tide flags right now. Well, actually, no. The high-tide flags I have are going to take a couple days to break out, but I think you should watch them. I think these should be on everyone's watch list. So let's take a look at those. First, I want to look at TPL. TPL, Texas Pacific Land Corporation. Using the weekly increment to illustrate our high-tide flag. Let me know. Give me a 1 in chat if you already know how a high-tide flag looks, and you just say, thank you for the pick, Neil. Or give me a 2 if you want me to explain my thinking on this and how I'm setting my stop, entry, and target prices. BioNoob has a really good question. How do you do technical analysis that is blasted into all-time highs? Is it gauging on volume? Yeah, there's a couple ways to skin that cat. I've wondered. I've been in the same exact situation kind of recently on my journey of learning how to use technical analysis to time trades. And I have a couple good answers that actually came mostly from the community. 2 wants an explanation on the high-tide flag. So a high-tide flag, what's a good stock that has the explanation on it? Okay, so let's go to Orgo really quick. Orgo is in another high-tide flag. When you're looking at high-tide flags, look for big dramatic moves that have occurred within a 2-month period. Within a 2-month period, if a stock has moved up 100% or more, you might just be in high-tide flag territory. That's the first requirement. We see these a lot on the right side of rounding bottom reversals. That means a ton of people are buying them up cheap, and there's a ton of open space to get up to a new price level before we start hitting resistance. Now, that's the number one thing. And that's why I use the weekly increment, is you want that 100% move within 8 weeks. So what I do is I start at the pivot point, the absolute high, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that gives me the low. So I'm going to move my yellow line here, and you can see that this wick, I'm going to measure it with my handy dandy ruler tool. This wick up to this pivot where it started to consolidate is 109, 110% about. All right. So the move is the first thing we're looking for. Check that box. I'm going to add my line back here for heuristic purposes. Now, the next thing you're looking for on a high-tide flag, what normally happens? The market's open. Hit the pan. Producer AB, you sleep. 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 0. Okay, I can see producer AB. I can tell he feels bad. All right, so smash that like for producer AB. He's doing his best. Yeah, so the next thing that happens normally after a 100% or more move is people take profit. A lot of people start getting their short hats on after that happens, right? That seems like a decent time to maybe buy a put. But if the stock only goes down 25% or less, that is telling you people want to stay in. People are valuing this stock. So I'm going to use my handy dandy ruler tool. I'm going to go to the pivot at the top of my upward trend here, and then go to the lowest points that it hit. And you guys should be able to see it's kind of tiny. 17% droop. Just about 17, 18%. Aaron, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. we're here for a good time, not a long time. Take it easy on yourself. All right, so 17% droop. So that means that people want to stay in this puppy and are looking for a next buy-in point to actually buy more of this stock. So that's right here. Corrective phase droops no more or drops no more than 25%. So my entry, I'm staying conservative, super conservative. I want to see a session close on the day. So I'm switching back to day. That was weak that whole time. I want to see a session close well above this line of resistance. I want to see the body of a candle above this line of resistance. So that's where I've drawn a line to alert myself. I have a price alert when it hits it. And then I'm a little bit more conservative here with this little tool that TradingView has. So you can illustrate risk reward, but it also lets you set your stop level, which I'm setting my stop like right about at the tops of these wicks here. Which, rule of thumb, like a lot of folks that are doing this sort of swing position trading will just say, yeah, between 6 and 8% is pretty good. I'm keeping it even tighter. I don't want to see this droop down. I'm fine with getting stopped out and re-entering. I'll be watching this closely enough to do that. So this is my stop loss. My stop loss is at about $20.50. And then the profit potential, or the upward breakout move potential, comes from taking the initial pull and then adding it to your breakout point. So if you had a 100% move, the subsequent move is going to be 50%, right? So we take our handy dandy ruler just to sort of measure, and we see 52% is a move on that. That's why high type flags are sweet. So high type flag, Orgo, ORGO, wound care, shout out Miles, TPL, Texas Pacific Land Corporation, finance, AMTX. This one was on the show a while back, so I don't have my thingy on it because I did those this morning. But this one also isn't a high type flag. AMTX, Process Industries. Oh, wait, was this one? Yeah, this is the biochemical one. Yeah, so this is an energy company that is using substances other than petroleum to produce energy, or produce fuel. Okay, so those are some high type flags. Let's touch on PLTR really quick. We had some questions about PLTR. PLTR looked like it had hit rock bottom, is ready to make some changes in its life. Looked like it. But we needed to, as you know, with these bottom patterns, you got to break through the halfway point. And it got rejected right at that line. So Palantir, not looking good, looking like a pretty consistent journey to the bottom here. So we shall see with Palantir. But the bull case that I had previously has been disproven by rejection at resistance. And I'm not interested until I see anything else meaningful. It might do a little fake out and do one of these. That would be great. So my buy signal is a session close above 23.88, just about 23.90, maybe even 24. That would be a nice round number. 20 push-ups, Aaron. Okay, so that is Palantir. Just wanted to explain why that one is rejected. Let's take a look at steel. Oh no, we already did. All right, you guys are okay. We'll get ICE daily from Souza. Little flagging action, little pennant action here. Let's zoom out for a multi-time frame analysis. Start with the big picture. We can see trending upward to this month and last month were green. Looking at the weekly, we get a really clear picture of a flag here. Kind of easy to draw. And I'm saying flag, but it's actually technically a pennant. All right. Let's get down to our daily. Okay. So this is where we're going to get to the nuts and bolts on ICE, Intercontinental Exchange. ICE. We want to get these lines right so we can find our apex. Bull pennant. We got a bull pennant on ICE. Let's do something. Look at the weekly. I just want to check something. Okay. Back to the daily. All right. So with the bull pennant, here's what we want. This is a nice setup. Adding to the watch list. We're going to use the height of this impulse as our pole. So we're drawing a pole here, and that's going to line right up with our line of resistance, which is important to draw. You guys can see that, right? White line of resistance that we hit all-time high ICE at about 118 and some change, maybe a little bit higher. Whoops. So we've got our pole. Now, the next thing we need to measure is our measure and move, which is the swing high going up into the resistance here, down to our swing low, these initial moves into our support. So we're going to measure the height of those two, right? So the high to the low here. Conservatively speaking, upon a breakout, if this thing breaks out above the sloping line of resistance, you can take this measured move here, stupid paintbrush tool. You can take this measured move here and add it to your sloping line of resistance. So this is a hypothetical price target because it must break out in order to confirm the pattern and thus confirm this price target. And you can look for a move like this, which is about 9%, and target something like 125 and some change. That's conservative. Now, the aggressive price target is upon that same breakout. Once we see a session close with a nice candle body above this breakout, we can take the entire pole and instead of adding it to the breakout point, now for this aggressive one, we're adding it to the apex. That's why it's important to get your lines right. We're adding it to the apex where these two lines converge. And at that point, you're targeting something more like 133.74, which from the point of hypothetical breakout is something like 15.5%, a nice little swing trade. And I think this is the great thing about bull pennants is they have a high likelihood of resolution. Good, reliable, trusty pattern. So I'm feeling really good about this. This is going to be on my watch list. I will enter this. So thank you for the stock picks, Souza. I will enter this if it breaks above this upper or this sloping line of resistance. Now, there was a question that I want to answer, which is when you're looking at stocks that are hitting all-time highs. So let's look at SPY. When you're looking at stocks that are hitting all-time highs, how can you set price targets? Well, you do so still using price history. One method of doing that is using your Fibonacci extension tool. So the Fibonacci extension tool has 3 anchor points. Swing low, swing high, next swing low. So I did that on this the base of this corrective phase, the height of this impulsive move up, and then my final one was at the base of this previous corrective phase. And you can see that the current price target for SPY is about 410. And this is where I would expect, although it looks like we're hitting some overhead supply right here, this is where I would expect a definite corrective phase. And then something like this. Right? It's just an indicator. This is just a tool that I'm adding on. So this is something to help guide your decisions. Is not something to totally plan around. Because as we know with SPY, it's really subject to macro trends. But that's one way to do it when you're up there in the sky. Fibonacci extension. No problem, Vio. I got you. XL popping off. What is XL again? Oh, is this shipping? No, it's not shipping. Okay, whatever. This looks a lot like Palantir. This looks like very, very close to it. So why is it popping off? What's behind the popping on XL? Surely some form of catalyst. So with XL, really quick, I'm just going to use a vector to draw a sloping line of resistance. Let's stretch this out to get more exact. About right on the wick there. Yeah, you might be in a nice reversal here. You could target something like $10.72 for a return to the mean. Doesn't necessarily mean that the trend is reversing, but this looks like it could just be a bearish corrective phase and return us to our mean. Because as you can see, if I get rid of this blue line that I drew, and I'm just using my Bollinger Bands, we hit the bottom on our Bollinger Band, and we kind of kiss the middle line. Bottom, kiss the middle line, bottom, kiss the middle line. Let's take a look at the 50 and 200. I don't think the stock is old enough. Yeah, it's not old enough. Or is it? No, it's not. I was looking for a cross on the 50 and 200 day line, but of course it wouldn't because it's been down too much. Okay, cool. So breaking on news, you can see the news on the screen. Thanks, Vio. Let's look at GEVO. Well, it's trading sideways. It's holding support. So the comment GEVO on GEVO is let me see if I can find it. It was something like, can you look at GEVO? I can't decide between bearish or bullish. Neither can the stock. The stock is trading sideways. It's trading within this little range here. So let's pull up our trusty Bollinger Band. So here's a quick way to look at the trend. Let me delete all my stupid drawings. And get rid of that. So very broad. Yeah, no, it's a little too soon for that. Looking at the Bollinger Band on GEVO, you can see that this stock cannot decide which trend it wants to be in right now. We've got downward trend, and then we can see the mean starting to go kind of sideways. The Bollinger Band is a really quick way to just say, what direction is my trend in? Is it up? Is it sideways? Or is it down? Right now, it's sideways. But it's playing games with your precious little heart right now. And I'm sorry. You're better than this. You're better than GEVO. It's did this, and then it kind of started to come up, and it looks like it's kind of coming to a trend, and then it said, no, I'm not sure about it. Didn't respond to your text. All right. That's just part of the game. So I think it's trading sideways. I don't see anything super attractive in terms of an entry here. I think there are other opportunities that you can look at that are more clear. Yeah, Ross Martin, blockchain news. I mean, I wonder when the market's going to just get numb to blockchain news. Okay. We got to check in on energy transfer. This is a 13 stock. By that, I mean Roman numeral XIII. In chat has a great set of due diligence on this that you can find in the Benzinga Discord. This is a rat snack. Bona fide rat snack. Card carrying rat snack. Downward trend. Sold off with gap down. Reversal pattern. Returning to new heights. We feast. We feast upon the rat snack. So energy transfer. good sector, a little bit beaten up, the energy right now. So this is like sort of one of those phases that I'm less sure about when it's. So I've talked about this where it's like the three things. There's impulse, corrective phase, downward impulse, corrective phase, and then there's like the upward, and then like the little like middle corrective phase, which is what we have right here. So a little bit tough to say, but what can be done is we just draw ourselves a happy little yellow line from the pivot point down to the bottom right here. In fact, that's not even, I'm doing my man dirty. I'm going to draw it to these next highs. And then I'm going to use volume profile to find the meat of the trade. Let's open up volume profile so we can look at our double bottom and find the meat. Actually, no, it's always going to, I need to, oh, shoot. I need to update my subscription here so that I can use the, like I can select where I place my volume profile instead of visible range. The volume profile users will know what I'm talking about. Right now I have too many indicators, so I can't do it. But at any rate, just looking at this thing for the meat of the trade. Low. Another very, very helpful tool in this case. Let's go ahead and use the high. As we started our downtrend here is our Fibonacci retracement tool. Let's go to the high. Let's go to the absolute low. Something in my eye. Look at that. Look at that. Let me get my stupid drawing out of the way. So the 50% line, which I believe, no, 38.2% line on our Fibonacci retracement tool is exactly support for this period of consolidation that we're in right now. So after this period of consolidation ends, you're going to be targeting $8.99 and expecting another corrective phase. So actually from right here with a ruler, from current price, that's about a 15.5%, maybe 16% move. Yeah, actually it's more like 16.5% move. Yeah, I gotta yeah, are you talking the anchored volume profile, Miles? I know. I'm a scrub. I gotta up my game for you guys. So at any rate, we're holding support and we're looking for a breakout on ET. 13 or whoever's looking at ET, if I'm missing something that you're looking at, let me know. I want to know. Let me pull up the Bollinger. Bollinger is not terribly helpful because our 20-day moved on us. But a break above the median here, so a session close above the red line is going to be bullish, and then you can start targeting the upper line as well. So this is for very short-term swing trading. Median, close above, targeting upper line here. Oh, there's a bunch of options activity for what stock, Cameron? Oh, Snap. Take a look at good old Snapchat. Okay. So you can see the fast line on our MACD yesterday crossed the slow line. That's a buy signal. So if you don't use MACD, MACD very simply, just in practical terms, is two lines. One's faster than the other one, meaning that it is more sensitive to short-term movements. When it curls in any particular direction, that's an indication that the trend is starting to go that way, or is likely to. And then when it also crosses above the slower line, many traders treat that as a buy signal, or at least they add it to their bag of buy signals that they look at to give them confidence in a thesis on a stock. So we've got a buy signal there. RSI agreeing, momentum is in the direction of what we think about Snap. We have a nice strong candle for the day above the median. I think you can easily target 65. Easily target 65 here. And then looking at it for pattern analysis, just looking at the price, we've just got a regular old run-of-the-mill. What am I doing? Where's my thing? Every time stupid computer. So I'll use a regular line. Actually, no, I'll use one of these long horizontal lines. We've got support here in white. We've got a resistance here in white. If I can get this thing. And we just have a very classy descending triangle that we've broken out of. Classy descending triangle, guys. And we've broken out. And how are we going to measure our target price? Let's use the height leading up to that. Add it to the breakout. Just watch out for resistance at that previous all-time high. Let's just, for shits and gigs, sorry if you have this playing on speaker at work, pull out the Fibonacci retracement tool. See if that lines up with some of our levels. Yeah, it does. It certainly does. And Fib says you might go even higher with that. Okay, so this never happens, guys, I swear. I gotta go take a bathroom break so bad. I had like 3 Red Bulls this morning because they're just not strong enough. And I might have a 4th, but I need to take a quick bathroom break. Producer AB, do you want to come in and talk about your picks? You're muted.
I was asking if you could hear me okay, but I guess not.
Do you want to talk some picks for me real quick while I just run to the bathroom?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let me get my I gotta pull up my Benzinga Pro real quick so I have some control over the charts, you know.
Okay. Guys, I promise this never happens.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Oh, hold on. Let me get logged into my Benzinga Pro. Share the screen. Okie dokie. All right. So now that producer AB's here. Oh, look, I see Neil's face again. Let's see. What do we want to see? Team members? Daily DraftKings. All right, let's go to DraftKings. That's the first one I saw. So that's what we're doing. Oh, look, I got to clean up my the Donkey Kong is the ticker. D Kong. All right. Let's go to 1 day. So, you know, me personally, not a chart expert. I like this little, we're seeing this little V drop here. I call that the V for Vendetta, right? And
Okay. Thank you for that. I mean, keep going. Sorry.
Well, I was just letting them know. As someone who's not a chart expert, I see this little, it looks like a general downtrend on the daily, but this little V pop gives me some hope that we could see another little V pop right here. So it could be an interesting one to watch out for.
I mean, I agree with everything you just said.
Well, so maybe that's some beginner's luck,
Well, you didn't say anything that can be disproven. So, all right, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for covering for me.
Oh wait, I didn't look. It still says Snap up there, guys. That is not Snap. That is DraftKings.
Donkey Kong,
as I like to call it. Yeah. All right, I'll hand it back to Neil now.
Thanks, dude. Smash that like for producer AB. Smash that like if you want to see another V for Vendetta reversal on DraftKings. That was awesome. All right, so let's look at DKNG. I'm probably honestly not going to disagree much with that. Well, actually, shoot, can I? Yeah, let me get that channel back. I'm going to use a linear regression tool just to automatically generate a channel. Okay, so I've got two things going on here for Donkey Kong. I've got this really broad channel that it's sort of been trading in. We had a previous nice cup and handle that we broke out of and then started trading sideways and actually lost our previous support. But within that broad channel, we've got a smaller channel. And with that, I'm using just a linear regression to automatically generate a channel. This should be on pretty much any charting tool that you have. Just type in linear regression. Those of you guys that took stats in college or high school should be excited to see this. You don't have to use Excel to generate it, or R if you took advanced statistics, or Python. At any rate, with DraftKings, like very, very simply, we just see it touching this lower line, and then we're looking for a return to mean. That's just the simple, quick, dirty, right? Let's pull out our old Bollinger Band. Same thing. We've got our V for Vendetta reversal pattern here, coined by it's first studied by William O'Neill in the 50s, but the work was completed by Aaron Bree in 2001. So again, targeting a return to mean, very, very simply on DraftKings. In terms of pattern, nothing very clear except this ugliness right here. Kind of a double top, right? That's not great. We don't want to see that. Good news is that it has just about resolved. So you could have actually positioned yourself for a short pretty nicely if you notice this double top. And to do that, you're measuring the neckline of your double top and then adding it. And you can see you just about hit it before turning around with a big mean red candle there. But let me delete those. Yeah, DraftKings. I'm looking for a return to mean. Nothing really clear in terms of pattern besides the V for Vendetta. Yeah. But what, also something to point out that I'm just noticing now, I'm being a bad technician. Stupid paintbrush. Is let's use our other indicators. RSI is agreeing. Momentum's on your side. Not super aggressive, though. I would love to see a cross of the fast line here. You see it's the blue line. It's down here above this kind of red histogram. But it's curling up like this. Like that. Not an aggressive curl. What I would like to see here is an aggressive curl up on the fast line and then a cross above this yellow line on MACD. That would tell me there's going to be some more swift movement to the upside. Yeah, solar up and up, great catalyst. So I mean, from a fundamental perspective, totally agree. I heard that news too. Sports betting being legalized in New York, great. May have already been baked into the stock. Because if that was an explosive catalyst for folks to get into DraftKings, I think we would see something more than this candle right now today. That news came out, if I'm not mistaken, after market close yesterday. I don't know. But for a long-term thesis, yes, of course, that's very good. That means more product. It means more product distribution and thus higher earnings for a company that has a very low cost basis or a very low overhead. So that's going to expand their profit quite a bit. Still, yeah, it's definitely a great catalyst. It's just a lot of people think that catalyst leads to 10% move immediately. But it is a catalyst for longer term growth or intermediate term growth, in my humble opinion. Exactly. Can't go broke taking profits. Okay, guys. You might have just had enough of me and my my stalwart producer AB in our V for Vendetta reversal moves. I got a special surprise for you, Michael. We already did X. Just rewind. You can check on X United States Steel Corp. Buy the rumor, sell the news. True. true. Still talking about DraftKings, or Donkey Kong, as Aaron calls it. With us today is Alicia Garcia. She is an options trader. I am very excited to learn from her because I was checking out some of her charts and a little bit of the way that she looks at things, different from the way that I do. So I am ready to learn, and I hope you are too. So producer AB, can you please bring Alicia on? Hi.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
It's great to hear. So I was talking you up a little bit because I checked out some of your work. I just have a question. So guys, Alicia is on Instagram. I tried to find a Twitter. Are you on Twitter, Alicia?
I am on Twitter, but not that active. I think it's the same. It should be at Miss Options Trader.
Okay, so make sure we get that dropped in there, producer AB. And am I saying it right? Is it Alicia or Alicia?
It's Alicia.
Yes. Okay. God, I'm so smart. Thank you. So I noticed one thing that you did that I thought was really cool is that you screen capped some stocks and then you actually took out the stylus on what appeared to be an iPad and you were writing your notes in there. I thought that was pretty cool. At any rate, Alicia, are you able to share your screen?
I am.
I would love for you to, number one, just give folks a little brief introduction to yourself, your background, and you know how your approach to trading, and then give folks an idea of what they can learn from you over the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So let me just go on here. There we go.
And guys, smash that like for the V for Vendetta reversal that Aaron Bree invented today. The IG, Aaron Bree, are you getting that IG? We got that in there. There's a link in chat, guys. You should be able to just click the link and go straight to it. Follow Alicia for some good trade ideas.
Are you able to see my screen?
Okay, Alicia, just so you know, I think that your camera froze for a second. It doesn't look like it's up. Do you see the share button on the bottom middle?
Yeah. So I'm going there, but it's doesn't. Let's see. It just doesn't want to allow me the access to do that, which is weird because I'm on Zoom calls all the time sharing screens.
Are you using a Mac by chance?
I am.
Producer AB.
Yeah, how's it going, y'all? So it should. I mean, if it's asking you for like permission, things, it could if you're already sharing your screen and if you have Zoom open, that could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we can pull up our Benzinga Pro, and you can give us some stocks, and we can go through the charts.
Okay, let's see. Let me try this one more time. Let's see if we can get it. Come on.
Oh. Hey. Oh.
Someone, I got you baited. Okay, chat. Someone said press Alt F4. Don't do it. I closed my window.
James, that wasn't very nice. Come on,
That
man.
was not very nice.
But it was a good one.
It was great.
Hey, we'll have to pull. Hey, Neil, we'll have to pull that on Luke sometime later.
We'll get him. The thing is, he'll probably already know it.
Oh
like
yeah, he knows all like the
shortcut
Excel and keyboard shortcuts.
Yep. Oh my god. You got me. You got me fair and square.
So, Alicia, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You know, it's not allowing me to share.
Okay, well, why don't you just give us some stocks that you're looking at or some trades that you're looking at? We can pull them up on our charts, and that way you can just kind of show us what you're looking at.
Okay, so personally, I like to trade off. I really like doing patterns and break of trend lines. Also, I like to look for levels of supply and demand. So if we take a look at Apple, we actually have a really great level that it's been hitting of demand that we keep bouncing off. So I've been able to capture several great plays from that. That's personally my trading style. I like to look for levels of demand, levels of supply, where I see a lot of buyers stacking up. And I usually try to capture the move. So, for example, looking here at Apple, we have a level right around 115 to 120. More so the 120 level. It hits that level, it spikes up to right around a little under 140. Then we make another level down, touch that demand zone again, and then we spike back up to like right around 126, 127. So that's personally how I like to trade. Also, I like to look for break of trends. So Apple had a very nice uptrend up until right around this level here, right around 135. After we broke out of that 135 level, we it also breaks that trend line to the upside and it starts falling. So after it broke that trend line level right at 135, it drops down to that demand zone right around that 120 level. And after that is when it jumps back up right about 130 or so. So personally, my style is just looking at when I wake up every day to trade, I like to look at upgrades, downgrades, and if I see critical levels of support and resistance, I'll use the news, the catalyst to kind of see if I'm going to have calls for the day.
Alicia, you froze up a little bit. You're currently frozen, just but just going back to what Alicia was saying, I was trying to draw trend lines to keep up. I drew my line on the right side of the candles as always to illustrate this uptrend that she was talking about. And she pointed out that we hit this pivot and then we broke down and actually violated that trend line she was talking about. So what she would have been expecting to see. Hey, Alicia. I'm so sorry that for all the technical issues today. We're gonna send you a gift basket. But I was just recapping what you were saying. So is this sort of the trend line that you were talking about?
Yeah, that's
and then you saw the violation right about here, and then you were looking for horizontal support.
So if you pull that up more, so are you on the 4-hour chart?
No, it's daily. Should I be on 4-hour?
Yeah, it just makes a little bit more sense on the 4-hour.
For sure. Okay. So let me delete my drawings again, and we'll just get that trend line in once again. Is it something like this? Or did you have it more aggressive?
There we go. Yeah. So you see right at the top, right around your, I think 140 level, right around there, right when it the downside, we do a pullback, but ultimately we do continue to
violate,
to see that move to the downside.
Okay, so that's one of the number one things in your trading style is you're looking for trend breaks. So very simply, you've got a nice trend line here, and you can see that it was violated, and then so that's getting you to start paying attention to what's going on.
Right, and then more so, the higher break was the 140 level. Usually, we do get breaks where it breaks, but then we reverse. So I like to set my stop losses very tight, especially if I am swinging. I like to if I like to have a 1-to-4 ratio in any trade that I take.
So what does that mean when you say you keep a 1-to-4 ratio exactly?
So if I'm taking a trade, and it's really hard to explain it without my chart, but I'll do my best. So if I know that for example, Apple has a demand zone right about 120, I'm gonna set my stop loss right about 119. No, maybe like 118, right? That's going to be my stop loss. And then my price target is going to be right around 125. So I'm only going to lose $2 in the I'm sorry. So my stop loss would be 118, and then my price target would be the next level of resistance that I have here in the chart, that's right around 130, right? So I'm risking $2 to make about, I'm risking $2 to possibly make about 10.
Okay, got it. So in that case, that's a very nice one, because that's like kind of like a 1-to-5 ratio, but you like to keep it around 1-to-4. So that's risk reward ratio.
Yeah, usually it's like 1-to-5, 1-to-4. And I usually just look for setups that give me that ratio, unless if I'm day trading, then that's a little bit different. Same with scalps. Scalps are a lot different as well. Out of scalps within minutes.
Okay, so are you using options for the scalps, or are you just doing common stock?
Yeah, so I do use option for scalps. If it's Monday in the week, I'll do same week expiration. So I'll Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll do same week for scalps. And then if I'm in a day trade, I don't do anything same week expiration after Wednesday if I'm planning on holding longer than 5 to 8 minutes on a trade, just because the premiums take a really hard hit right around that time frame of Wednesday through Friday.
And then, so we're getting a question. So you're speaking with great authority that indicates that you have experience. When did you start trading?
I started trading in 2018, but I first started just trading penny stocks.
Okay. And what got you to start looking at these blue chips and these larger stocks?
So, I was in a Discord group, and after I took several different courses, read a lot of books, I was in this Discord, and a lot of guys were trading names like Apple before the split when it was a little bit more pricier, Amazon, and I could never do that with my account size. It was only like 10,000 at the time, so I couldn't trade those names without having a huge risk. So when I found out that they were trading these on contracts, and they were using anywhere from like 500 to 800, and they were making like crazy returns, like 3,000, 2,000. For me, on a good day when I was trading penny stocks, I was making like 400 to 500 a day. So when I saw these numbers, it really just grabbed my attention, and I started watching some videos on it. I took a couple of I took one in-person class in New York that really just helped me understand data, gamma, all the Greeks, and really develop strategies like day trading options, because that wasn't really a thing up until like maybe I want to say like a year and a half or so that it really became popular.
Got it. I'm taking notes as but I think that we're doing a decent job here of double teaming this. So if there's anything that you would like folks to know that are just now getting into options, because it sounds like you've had a really nice journey starting from sort of a chat room where it's like what other people are doing, but without a deep understanding, which is like pretty much everyone that's in chat right now. I know for a fact that 60% of the people watching this are in some chat room.
Yeah.
But then you invested in yourself and you took an in-person class. That sounds like it was actually a good one.
It was a great class. Yeah.
And is that something you'd like to shout out? Would you like to shout out that class?
Yeah, so it was Usman Ashraf, and he still actually holds classes, but given to everything that has gone on with COVID, he has a Discord which I am a part of also. It's Option Hub. So optionhub.com, there's a website. So it's a chat room, but more than anything, it's continued education, which I think a lot of people, especially now, trading became such a trend in all social medias, TikTok, anywhere, right? Everyone's trying to learn to trade. And I think with these new Discords, it's so important to really have not just a chat room that provides like, oh, I'm watching this stock and I'm watching that stock, break of this, above that, but also just gives you continued education that you can one day gather everything together and build your own trading style, so you don't have to depend on a Discord for all, to always make your trading decisions. They provide you with all the tools that you need so that you can learn to do it on your own. And I think, to me, that's super valuable because not a lot of Discords are doing that.
Very true. Very true. And so did I get this right? Is it Option Hub or Options Hub? The URL. I think we might have.
It's Option Hub.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then with that, where can folks find more from you and continue their own journey to being self-sufficient traders by learning from you?
So you guys can find me on Instagram. It's miss.optionstrader. And you guys also can find me on Twitter with the same name, miss.optionstrader. I will be more than happy to answer any questions if you guys reach out. That's a TikTok as well. So same name, Miss Options Trader.
Oh, you've got your bases covered. Well, Alicia, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. I really, really hope to have you on again because I would love to see you when you have access to your charts, what you can really do. So, with that, thank you for coming on, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Neil. You have a great day too.
All right. Bye, Alicia.
Bye-bye.
Get out of here, AB. All right. There you go, guys. Miss Options Trader, Alicia. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Sometimes it'd be like that. Internet. But I mean, clearly she really is someone to follow because her journey sounds so much like many of ours, and she's several steps ahead of me, I can say for sure. So I'm going to continue to follow her trading ideas, and I think I'm very interested in the idea of taking pandemic pending an in-person course to just elevate my stuff. But there's all of the information. Risk reward ratio, I think, is probably one of the biggest takeaways from that. Although it might just seem very elementary for Alicia and for some people watching, but that's something we haven't talked about on the show a lot. Be very mindful of that in your entries. Your stop loss or your trailing loss is how much you're willing to actually lose. Be ready to just lose that money. So remember that in trading and set rules for yourself. So Alicia's baseline is 1 to 4, willing to give up $1 if it means breaking 4. And actually, I know a lot of other great traders that have the same risk reward ratio rule. Gianni DePoce among them. So really cool. What is the risk when she buys 2 to make 10? The risk is $2, Gregory. so much about this message. Yeah, if her stop loss is 2, then she's willing to give up $2 to make 10. So that would be a 1-to-5 ratio. Thank you, Karama. All right, we've got some time for some tickers. Drop them in the chat. What do you want to see? My appointment for the Lambo shoots is this Saturday. It conflicts with the fact that we have our monthly Benzinga Bootcamp this Saturday, April 10th, free to attend. While you guys are getting your acts together with your tickers, benzingabootcamp.com, my friends. A full day of education where you can go from 0 to hero. This is what I imagine you right now. Captain, what's his name? Steve Rogers before Serum. All right, this is you guys right now. I found a picture of chat. This is chat right now. And did you know that by attending the Benzinga Bootcamp for a full day of rigorous, intensive education for free with a fantastic lineup of speakers, including Sylvia Bellrock, Chris Capri, Nick Shaheen, Izzy, Miss Izzy from Twitter, Matt Malee, and these two yokels. Chat, you can turn yourself from this into the one on the right. All right? Do you want to be a little skinny guy with little shoulders and his suspenders? Or do you want to be a guy that wears khakis with no shirt, with 6-pack abs and big puffy muscles, big puffy Rambo 2 muscles? All right? Think about it. Think about what you want to be. Benzinga Bootcamp, benzingabootcamp.com, free to sign up. It's going to be a ton of fun, lots of education. All right, what are the tickers? Let's look at Ethereum. ETH USD. Elbow cough. We're still on the 4-hour. Let's get down to the 1 day. I've got my channel here. I'm going to delete my drawings. Let's delete the drawings. Let's re-zero our screen. There we go. Zoom out a little bit, though. Consolidation station. Consolidation station on Ethereum. The case is bullish, though. First, let me auto-generate using a linear regression our channel. You can see that we're trading right about at the mean right now for the day. Let's switch down to... I think it might reset my linear regression. Yeah, it will, so let's not do that. Let's keep it on the daily. We're just having a little sell-off day. That happens when you're in consolidation station. But we are, in my humble opinion, going to return to the mean without getting all the way back down to this line. I think we're consolidating here because, look, you're swinging up. You got to consolidate a little bit at your median, and then you target the upper line. Because look at this thing over a longer time period. Apple bottom jeans, boots with the... You already know. Rounding bottom. So lovely. It's beautiful. To the moon. We got some space to go on Ethereum. All right. It's going to be a stair-steppy ride up because that's how assets, stock-like assets move. Let's do this thing. Fib. Anchor it at the high. Second anchor at the low. Look at this. Looks like we might hit some action here. Not sure. Not sure. At any rate, the bullish case, look at the big picture, rounding bottom Ethereum. We already looked at Snap. We can look at MVIS, Microvision. Get all my stupid drawings out of here. Go to the weekly. Big picture Microvision. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at that broad base. Bigger the base, the bigger the space. Still room to go on Microvision. Still room to go, believe it or not. Setting some targets. Treating this like a flag. This is Microvision MVIS LiDAR technology. We've got our apex, our bull pennant. Conservative price target is going to be the swing high to the swing low, added to a breakout point. At this point, it's only hypothetical. We must see a break above this. It's at 1028. They cut me off so rudely yesterday. I want to hurry up and get MVIS out of the way. So this will be the last stock for the day, folks. Conservative looks like it might be something around 32, probably lower though, because it will take a while. This will probably trade sideways a bit more before it actually breaks out. Aggressive price target is going to be the pull, which you can get even more aggressive and bring it down to this base down here, added to the apex. Aggressive price target, MVision 35. Let's see if that lines up with anything in the past. Kind of. It's going fast. Meh. That's the price target for that pennant. All right, guys. We are at that time. Is my thing all messed up? Oops. I'm opening up Bing. I believe we have a Benzinga showcase up next with the two tallest men in Benzinga. So I want to thank our special guest, Alicia, Miss Options Trader. Find her on Instagram. Find her on Twitter with a handle. Find her on TikTok for bestowing upon us her knowledge, which I'll pull up right now on AAPL. Notes here. Go ahead and screen cap it. Do yourself a favor and do a screen cap. And I want to apologize to her directly. I'm looking right in the camera. Alicia, I'm so sorry. No lunch for producer AB today. I'll make sure that he doesn't get lunch. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of Get Technical. I'm Neil Hamilton. Happy trading.